The economy is
Economy's
bad all the way around.
bad. Groceries are higher priced. Gas is higher priced.
You know.
Yeah, you know how when you dream about stuff, it's so easy and everything just comes. Nah.
And all of this, by the way, is costing us more and more money.
I mean, there was a day that I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat it, but there was a day that I was defeated.
Yeah, both of us.
I was defeated.
Hold my hand and hear the words I say. Close your eyes and let us fade away. Build a secret place for you and me. And let our minds be caught up in a dream. Quiet voices in the night. Time is running out of sight.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our Dream Build series. This is episode, we're gonna call it 4.5. It's an update kind of on where we are in the construction process of our new build, and just basically to give some general updates all around. Did you say?
Yeah.
And this is gonna be a really open and honest conversation with all of you.
So in October of 2022, we flew out here and we found a piece of property that we fell in love with. It wasn't that simple, but we eventually fell in love with a piece of property, purchased it. We purchased it without some of the knowledge that we have today. So if we move forward to right now, we had an opportunity to look at some in-depth to the HOA regulations and rules, or the POA, however we refer to them.
We did read
Yes,
the
we did.
CC&Rs before we bought the property, but at the time, some of the regulations in it didn't apply
To us.
to our situation right now.
We had every intention of having a builder, a general contractor, build our house for us on that property. Things changed, interest rates have risen, so we had to reevaluate all that. So we decided that being an owner builder would be our best case scenario for us. So we went in kind of head first into that, and then realized soon after we did that where we purchased our property inside that POA or HOA, that we weren't allowed to be owner builders.
Even though it's Tennessee.
Even though Tennessee law
Yeah.
says you can build being an owner builder on a piece of property here in Tennessee, but inside that HOA, their little covenant or their little rules, you have to be a general contractor. So I said, no harm, no foul. I'll just get my general contractor's license.
I honestly want to say how very, very proud I am of the hard work that my husband put in to study and take his contractor's licensing test, or tests. There's more than one. I want to say he busted his tushy off. He got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. He studied all day long for months before he even went in to take the tests. And I just want to say that I am so proud of what you've accomplished. So
I did get my general contractor's license. And as we move forward, I mean, it took a little bit longer than we expected for me to get all that, to get my insurance, my LLC set up, everything I needed to do to get my business set up, to just jump through that fire ring hoop that HOA had set up so we could build our own house.
And all of this, by the way, is costing us more and more money. Every little hurdle we seem to cross, it costs us money, and it's starting to become upwards of
Thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
We're in tens of thousands of dollars right now.
Yeah.
Just setting up this business to build our own house. What is the ultimate goal? I'm not saying that I'm not going to build for other people or do other projects and stuff with this license, but our ultimate goal was to just accomplish our own house and our own build because of the way the interest rates are. So we could counteract that interest rates by me being the builder and save us 20 to 30% on our build. The interest rates change for whatever reason.
The economy is
Economy's
bad all the way around.
bad. Groceries are higher priced, gas is higher priced, everything's higher priced, taxes, insurance, everything's more expensive. As we move forward through this process, the application to build in the HOA,
which is the first kind of downward.
yeah, it was the first gut punch or kick in the stomach.
Yeah. Okay, so the CCNRs originally, when we read them, one of the regulations said that we knew that we were going to have to submit our house plans. We knew that all along. We knew that they can control, kind of what colors you paint your house.
Exterior
and all these,
finishes.
Yeah, all these things.
Windows and...
But what we didn't, and it said inside the CCNRs that it would be a $600 review fee. But then when we pulled the application, all of a sudden, now it's $1,500. And that's a sizable difference. Plus the POA, they also are requiring us to pay $3,000 up front before we can even start the build, on the off chance that possibly or not possibly the roadway in front of the property could become damaged.
Or compromised by a subcontractor or a contractor.
Right.
Which...
they would be liable for.
Yeah, they would be liable for. That's just past practice. It's just the way things go. I mean, when I get a bid from somebody, it's in the contract. If they've damaged anything there, they're liable for taking care of it. It's done.
So we were seeing that not only was it going to cost us more thousands of dollars, that there was also some more hurdles we had to jump through.
We had every intention of breaking ground the end of this month, which is October right now when we're doing this. So we had
our momentum.
Yeah, we were rolling, and then we get this application, and then all these requirements. Go ahead.
There's all these requirements that this application now is putting. There's more hurdles basically through this application process, and one of them is that we have to have an engineered stamped concrete plan or foundation plan. And we hired a draftsman because it was going to be cheaper on us, and it wasn't required here in the state of Tennessee to have an architectural stamped plan. Well, now all of a sudden we're in this POA and they're requiring an architectural stamp, even though the state of Tennessee doesn't require it. Now, I do understand in certain aspects, a lot of the properties where we're building in, they do sit on
kind of lakefront.
Yeah, they sit on cliffs, basically.
I mean,
and so that makes sense.
Yeah, TVA pretty much decides that anyways, whether they would need them. That TVA would come in and regulate that build if they're on the waterfront. So there's not a whole bunch. We're not right on the waterfront. We're on a flat lot. But the thing that kind of set me back was the more I thought about it, I thought, oh, big deal. I'll get an engineer to stamp the foundation plans. But then you start thinking about it. If I was an engineer, my license was on the line, would I stamp somebody else's foundation plans, or would I want to do them myself to put my stamp on them? So then that's going to require a lot more time and a lot more money to have this engineer go through and design a foundation plan for us to put a stamp on it. And then also inside of that same application, they're requiring us to give them a topographical map of before and perspective after in 2 foot increments. In 2 foot increments. And also be stamped by a surveyor or an engineer. So, and they want anything over, was it 6 inches or 12 inches, the trees?
Oh yeah, any tree over, I want to say it was 12 inches.
So over 12 inches, they want you to designate on this topographical map, and they want to be approving the ones you're removing.
We can't just remove whatever trees we want to remove. They have to approve it. And now our property is covered in trees. And also we thought, well, we'll go in and start doing some tree removal now, kind of get the land prepped, before all this application process. And we've come to find out that we can't do that either.
Can't even touch the ground until we get approved
through the POA.
We looked at the totality of the whole application and the process and the time it was going to take us. If we didn't break ground in October, we had the threat of bad weather catching us before we were driving on this house. So right now we're kind of looking maybe spring or next year fall. So those are our two options right now. But then that just gives us more time to fine tune everything and get everything lined out. We just took a step back. I mean, there was a day that, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it, but there was a day that I was defeated.
Yeah, both of
I was
us.
defeated. I felt like I jumped through so many flame ring hoops that I couldn't go through another one. So I was like,
it was like we would jump over a bunch of hurdles just to smack into a brick wall. And then it was like, okay, we'd scale the brick wall, and then we would jump over some more hurdles and then smack right into a brick wall. Yes, this might have been kind of a little bit of a setback, but like Corey just said, we are just going to keep that momentum going. And yes, maybe it won't be until the middle of next year that we actually break ground. And maybe it may not be exactly how we envisioned it going, but we're going to do the best we can.
So we looked at it like, you have a dream and everything just falls into place perfect. Well, this is reality, and I don't think it would be as valuable to us if we didn't have some struggles and things weren't tough for us to get through, if we didn't have to jump through these hoops. So like we said, this is a learning experience. Yeah, this is our dream. We're going forward, boots on the ground, working towards this objective. We're going to make this house build happen. We just got set back a couple of months by the POA, which sets us back because of weather now. So it sets us back further than we'd like to be set back because of weather. It has nothing to do with anything else other than the time of the year when I want to start the build. I want to be dried in by a certain time. There's things I want to do. So that sets us back almost triple what they don't realize that little bit of extra ask they're asking for, which the state doesn't even require, sets us back basically 8 months, 6 to 8 months, because the 2 months that it takes to accomplish what they have puts us into a bad weather area for me to build in. So
not only that, but we really don't want to make the wrong financial decision for us going forward, because like I said, we are retired, we're on retirement income, and I feel like the interest rates have kind of, it really has taken our purchasing power and really, really crunched it. Yeah. And we don't want to be crunched. We don't want to be in a bad financial situation. I don't want to have a really high house payment. That was not the goal here at all.
But we look at it like this. We've waited this long to get to this point, to get here in Tennessee where we want to be and build our home. What's another 6 months, 8 months going to do? Yeah. It's not going to hurt us at all. So, and then hopefully...
And we're going to continue to save and
we're not saying interest rates are going to be at a point where they're going to be feasible in 6 to 8 months for us. But
we hope so.
We hope that when we start that build and another 8 on top of that 6 to 8 or another 12, interest rates start coming down when we finally lock our loan in after the construction process.
We don't know what's happening with the real estate market, and that's
we don't have a real grasp on the lending process for construction loans or anything right now, because we haven't even attempted because of these setbacks. So we're just going to move forward and showing you that owner builder. We're going to treat this just like an owner builder. Just because I have my general contractor's license doesn't change a whole lot, because I'm building a house for myself. So basically I am an owner builder, and we're going to hopefully be able to walk you guys through some of the scope of works that you need to submit with your bids and just and the contracts and stuff.
Going into this, we didn't realize how much work being an owner builder would be. We had no idea the bidding process, the scope of work, getting the contract that you need to have for each individual subcontractor between you and the subcontractor. There is a lot of work that's going to go into this whole process. So we know that we have the time now to really devote and make sure we're, dotting all of our I's and crossing all of our T's. And we will definitely be sharing all of that with you.
Yeah, and hopefully we can eliminate some of the troubles and the problems we'll run into, and you guys can avoid them, if you're planning on building your own home. Or
it has been a lot in this whole process, and like I said, we did have a day or two where we kind of felt like, okay, what are we doing? And then we regrouped, and I think we came out actually better on the other side. And
I think we will come out better on the other side.
Yeah.
I just think that,
We said to be patient.
Yeah.
Patience is hard. This is our home that we're building, and of course we want to be in it. We want to be in it yesterday. So I think that's going to be the hardest thing for us to overcome, is just being patient and waiting, for that right time. So, but like you said, we're going to keep plowing forward, and we want to keep you guys all apprised of that. And our owner builder series will not change. We will continue keeping you updated and giving you little snippets of everything that we're going to be doing, and our finishes. That's still something. And I could probably do a whole video on paint choice.
Yeah, we haven't been through the paint gauntlet, I can tell you that. We've been Sherwin-Williams, Home Depot, Behr.
I probably have a stack of paint chips this big.
And every other day, because the moon moves a certain direction, the color changes the shade, so then we don't like that shade.
Yeah, so I could probably do a whole video on that if you guys would be interested in that. But anyway, so we wanted to keep you guys updated on where we are right now, and we hope to get this started sooner rather than later. We really love having you guys here with us, and we really appreciate you being here.
Yeah, we love your guys' support. We appreciate it. And
please give us comments and
feedback, comments.
Yeah. And if you guys are facing something really similar that we're going through right now, where you had everything, you think you're
ducks were in a row, or squirrels, or whatever.
And even if it isn't just building a new construction, looking to buy your first home, or you were looking to transition into another home,
or fixer-upper,
anything like that, we would love to hear your story. That would help us and help benefit anybody else that might be watching. So please leave us a comment below. If you have not already subscribed to our channel, it will help us out greatly, so please consider subscribing, and don't forget hitting that like button and that little bell. It'll let you know when we upload our videos. And got anything else to add here? No?
No, thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you all for being here. We'll see you again real soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Listening when we talk, making echoes as we walk.